Let's break down some defects, part 2. The next letter is A for A.
Hello, this is about the A in Vacterl for Vacterl Awareness Month, which is January. Moira, I hope I'm saying that right, I apologize if I'm not, tells her story in the video that's stitched. Go watch that. She also explains what the A is, which stands for anus, and generally imperfect anus. For my story, the A is my worst letter, in my opinion. I was born with what I now know, thanks to Moira, is called anal atresia, which I just thought was another word for imperfect anus. I thought they were exactly the same. So I was confused as to why there were two words. It turns out imperfect anus just means something's wrong with the anus. Maybe like partially missing. Anal atresia is where it's entirely missing, from my understanding, which is what I had. There was nothing there. So some imperfect anus cases do have something there. I didn't. Anyway, this is TikTok, and this is a very taboo medical issue to talk about, but I'll do my best. What I did have, though, is I did have a fistula that went through my vagina. And yes, I said vagina. I'm a trans man for anyone unaware because TikTok. So when I was born, I was flown off to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia because my local hospital that I was born in had no idea what to do with me for multiple reasons. Due to anal atresia, I had multiple surgeries, including a colostomy as a baby, which she also mentions, thanks to these issues, I have always had complete incontinence with my bowels. So since the colostomy was reversed when I was a year old, I have one again, I'll get to that. I had many accidents growing up in lower elementary school. I brought clothes to school in case I had to change. When I was 7, I got the Malone procedure done, which is, I think, also called the ACE procedure. It was where I had hooked up the catheter in my belly button, which I no longer have, which again, I'll get to that. But it was the catheter through my belly button that was hooked up to, like, the saline and fleet and all that shit, and yeah. So the Malone procedure, which I wish I had kept, even though I had to spend hours every day in the bathroom, at least 2 hours to do it, every day, and then constantly running back afterwards, and I would always do it right after school. It hurt, and I hated it so much. I chose to get a colostomy, which now seems to have no choice but to stay permanent. When I was 23, in 2012, I have had multiple hernias and have one again, and of course that's just going to be my life because I've had so many stomach surgeries. My last hernia repair surgery, not my first, was in July 2022, and before I could even finish recovering from the surgery, I got another one. Which is why I wish I had kept them alone, no matter how awful it was. And please don't let me scare you if you want to get a colostomy, because I've not heard anybody else hate their colostomy like I do. With Vacterl, with people that also have the A, people usually love it. Usually people have better experiences than I do. So don't let me scare you, but just know hernias are a thing. And like, I'm not gonna lie about my experience just to make other people feel better. So, and I've been asked if I'm pregnant because of it, which is relevant to my dysphoria as a trans man, intersection of trans and disabled. I'm not pregnant. I will never be pregnant. Hopefully. I do actually still have my uterus. So there's that. But also seems my neurogenic bladder and where I have to push to pee is related. I've always had to push to pee. I figured that was kind of related, but didn't know just, like, how much. And doctors were always like, well, don't know why you have trouble peeing. And didn't even know I had a neurogenic bladder until I was an adult and learned the fucking words for it on Facebook, Vacterl groups. And I've tried again and again and again to get years ago, I tried multiple times to get my record from Children's Hospital and didn't get shit. So, I don't know what the hell. But, and I did have plenty, I know this is delving into the R, and I'm sorry, but I had tests and shit growing up as a kid that were fucking evil in my eyes, and all they did was traumatize me and didn't even accomplish anything, so it was for nothing. When it comes to, like, my bladder, so I have trauma related to the bladder stuff from when I was a kid. But, I know I'm reading these words, even though I'm also going off on rambles, yet it's all over the place because it's a lot, and I'm going off on rambles. My mom did also have to dilate my anus, which she had mentioned after they made it when I was a baby. But this is TikTok, so I won't go into that. My mom did tell me baby me would scream when she had to do it, and she hated it, but it did have to be done. So, like, I understand that now, but I'm sure baby me didn't. Also, I'm constantly constipated. My stomach does not work on its own. So I have a colostomy now that includes Miralax, prune juice, etc. that I have to drink every day in order to live and manage day to day. I have had cases with having a rock-hard stomach. This is disgusting. Forewarning. Rock-hard stomach in so much pain that I can't move or even cry because that'll make it worse when that happens. And throwing up literal, well, you get it. It's disgusting, and I don't wish that on my worst enemy. It'll happen again, too. When it starts to happen again, that'll mean this hernia got too kinked again, and I'll need hernia repair surgery again. You see why I say my A is the worst, for so many reasons. So, yeah. I mean, my back always hurts, and my stomach doesn't always hurt, but my A is by far the worst. My C and L are super fucking minor. I don't even think I have the C anymore. So I feel weird saying that one too, where I said feel weird mentioning the L because it's just this. I forgot to mention the C feels even weirder to mention. The V, A, and R not so much, because like those have serious effects for me every single day of my life. So I don't feel weird about those. Those are severe enough, especially the A. So that's my A. I'm sorry this went on. I'm sorry this was disgusting. Thank you for sticking with me if you did. And yeah.